Hello, welcome to Python 101, Part 5, Data Structures. Alright, so a data structure is a way to organize and store data efficiently. Data structures are used to store, manipulate, and manage data in different ways depending on the specific needs of your program. There are several built-in data structures in Python. As you can see here, there's primitive, non-primitive. We're going to cover some things like list, tuples, dictionaries, and sets, which are built-in non-primitive data structures. All right, so we're going to begin with lists, and lists are a common data structure used to store multiple items in a single variable. Lists are one of the 4 built-in data types in Python used to store collections of data. So you can start by creating a list by enclosing a comma-separated sequence of elements within square brackets. So here I have an example right here, and you can feel free to pause the video and look at this. But I will move on to some common list elements that you might come across. So first we have accessing elements in your list. So you can access elements in your list using their index. With indexing starting at 0, negative indexing is also allowed, counting from the end of the list. So here I have a simple example of accessing. And then we also have slicing, which is where you can extract a portion of the list using slicing. It's done by specifying a start and end index separated by a colon. So again, here I have a little example. And then we move on to modifying an element in your list. So you can change the value of a list element by assigning a new value to a specific index. Again, here's an example of that. We also have finding elements. You can check if an element is in the list using the in operator. So here's an example right here. Is underscore present equals 5 in my list. So you can check if there is a value in the list. Some more common list elements are removing elements. So you can remove the elements from a list by value using remove or by index using delete or pop. So again, here's some examples of that. You can also insert elements using an index using the insert method. And if you want to find an element, you can, I have that in here twice, but you can check if an element is in the list using the in operator. So here I'll move on to an example of using lists. All right, so feel free to pause that if you need to on the list example, but we're going to move on to dictionaries. A dictionary is a built-in data structure that allows you to store and retrieve data in a key value format. Dictionaries are also sometimes referred to as dicts, if you see that. And some key elements for dictionaries is to create a dictionary. You would start by enclosing a comma-separated list of key value pairs within curly brackets. Each key is separated from its corresponding value by a colon. And again, you can see this in the example right here. To access elements in your dictionary, you can use the associated key in square brackets or by using the get parentheses method, both of which are in the example provided. If you would like to modify an element in your dictionary, you can change the value associated with a key by assigning a new value to that key. Again, this is shown in the example here. So a few more dictionary elements, nesting dictionaries. So dictionaries can contain other dictionaries, creating nested data structures. Here's a really simple example of a nested dictionary if you would like to try that out on your own. Dictionary methods. Dictionaries have various built-in methods such as keys, values, items, and clear to work with the keys, values, items, and the clear to the dictionary, respectively. You can also add non-key value pairs. To add non-key value pair to a dictionary, simply assign a value to a new key. Here I have the example right here if you would like to try that out. And if you want to remove this key value pair, you can remove it from a dictionary using the delete statement or the pop parentheses method, both of which are right here. And here I'll provide another example of a dictionary. So just to explain this a little bit, we have a student dictionary that contains a variety of key value pairs. First name and last name store the student's name, age, major, etc. with courses and grades. This is a more complex dictionary that demonstrates how dictionaries can store structured data, including lists and nested dictionaries. All right, so we're going to move on to tuples real quick. So tuples are a data structure in Python that is similar to lists, but with a crucial difference. They're immutable. So mutable is once a tuple is created, you cannot change its elements. It can be useful in various scenarios. Tuples are ordered and heterogeneous. So why use tuples? We can use tuples for things like data integrity, dictionary keys, and fraction return values. And here's an example of using a tuple. All right, so as you can see, we have a little bit of an explanation towards this example. All right, so we're going to move on to our final data structure. We're going to talk about sets. This is another built-in data structure in Python that is used to store an unordered collection of unique elements. So unordered meaning the sets do not maintain the order of elements. So some common elements of sets are they have unique elements. They do not allow duplicate values. They're also immutable. You can add or remove elements in a set. So why would we use a set? It'd be good for we need to remove duplicates, membership testing, and mathematical set operations. So I'm going to move on to an example of a set and then the explanation of this example. All right, so here we have our explanation of the example just showed. So we have two sets, fruits and citrus fruits, that are created. We have the element strawberry added to the fruit set. The element cherry is removed from the fruit set, and some more functions. So just to summarize everything that we've covered, we have lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries, as our data structures in Python that we went over. Here are some advantages of each of those. So when you're working with your code yourself, you can see when to use a list, a set, a tuple, or a dictionary. All right, thank you so much. Tune in for the next video.